there too. So who's going to be the first to touch down? Who's going to be the first land? Shots coming in this time. It's Malibu who gets tagged. Someone has Angers. So both sides already. And Malibu gets a weapon. He finds Angers with a huge tag. Not broken down.
Huge start for Malibu. Gets that havoc suppressed and immediately goes to work. And it was him. It was actually him who was getting tagged out of the sky. I thought that was going to be a huge advantage for Canada Angels. They weren't able to clean that one up. We saw the contested fight in the replay. The first game, Cammy and Seti get pushed off the actual barn. So it is going to start as a little bit of a split jump here over towards Frenzy Fields.
It really shows us that they were caught off guard game one for the 50-50. Here's TK, here's Wanty over at the Slappy Shores. They are also contested down in this area by Tayson. And you can see that they just really got a little bit of action. It was Chicho and Trulex as well. Remember, there's like about 3 teams here actually. Slappy Shores is just not big enough.
Everybody's trying to go to beat someday. But for now, the actual south side of the Slappy is going to go to TK and Wanty. They have access to that vault. It isn't the most massive vault with Mythics, but you still are able to get a ton of loot. And Misha and Tini doing it again. They switch up their drop spot once more. They go on over to where Bakken and Pars at. They're going to go ahead and see. They haven't really looted up at all. Will Bakken and Pars take the aim?
Very interesting position to be in, of course, because you have chess team as a potential option. So you have to think about it. Anything can happen here.
I feel like everybody at this stage of the game has been conditioned to know this is a viable strategy. Because like I said, in the lower bracket, or in the upper bracket, they were contesting Bakken and Pars. Didn't work out for them. They switched up their strategy. They started doing exactly this, playing roulette with their drop spot to try to sneak up on some teams. That inevitably was what got them across the finish line. And it's only a matter of time before Bakken and Pars go in this direction. No matter what the result will be.
And this is what we talk about, teams hiding strategies, teams really sitting back and thinking about, okay, what haven't we tried yet in the upper bracket and lower bracket that we're sitting on, that we're waiting on, that we can then put into play to give us the advantage on Championship Sunday.
They have some sort of feeling. See them popping over the covers, they know they're around here somewhere. They probably already seen them drop just a little bit, but the big down goes one of them. Misha and Tini strike yet again. Now Pars is stuck by himself, and immediately you see the pretty distance between him and his counterparts. He doesn't want to be the next one on their hit list.
We don't want to be the ones to give away the edge. So to keep it low, to keep quiet there was a tough one, but take a look at that. Misha and Tini, 2 games in a row, surprise, surprise. They made so much adjustment from the upper bracket to today. It really has shown so far in the last 2 games, but now Tini has to still close this out with Misha.
Yeah, they went from 2 builds to 53 thanks to Bakken and that elimination. Pars is trying to fight. So he's back up against the wall. Shots also coming in from the party. Everything comes crashing down. But Pars is still able to put up a good defense for now. Tini's hot on the heel. First shot to be landed. Pars goes down to the low ground. And 2v1 has been secured. Misha and Tini strike first.
What a play. What an ambush set up there. Definitely highlight worthy. Meanwhile, we jump with Vico, Pink. Their draw spot split by Acorn and Cole. You can see that they have lost a fair amount of the advantage of the general area, but it hasn't affected them that much. They have still maintained a very, again, more or less successful setup. In the feed, I saw that Cole might have picked up Sentin there, so already down south, some action going on right now. Acorn and Cole here looking very much solid as they're going against Polarized. Polarized by himself. He's stuck, boxed up, now forced onto the back foot here. This is a favorite here. Cole does get punished, but he's got his teammate in the back.
Yeah, trading shots, bait and switch. Acorn is trying to alleviate some of that pressure, but Polarized keeps trying to break his way into the box, and he gets denied entry more than once. Now Acorn's simply going to try to hold the covers, peek through, try to figure out what Polarized is at. Give Cole time to heal up, zip line. That one's going to be noticeable. Now Acorn has to make a decision. Do I just go straight up into him? Do I continue to play my game out? That's all third-party shots that he hits it. He goes right back up. Zip line once more. Polarized goes down, but it's not the team you thought. Cooper steals that one away.
Man, that's the worst feeling right there. You put in all that work, all that damage, and 4 points slip away. Meanwhile, Poda, Sai, and Sneezy, the M8 boys are back at it again. Oh no, they couldn't save Striker this time, so lost damage, but the strategy was still there. The idea still potent.
They've been performing so well this weekend. 90% has to be them, 10% has to be the crowd on their side, fueling them. Anytime they feel like their gas tank is empty, you see a loud cheer from the crowd. That's a little bit of a refresh in its own mind. But with one elimination, they get their surge plan started over towards Shattered Slabs. There's at least one team towards the north side. We got a surprise, we got a treat, we got a little bit of listening of an off-spawn battle.
Wait, what are they?
Let's take on some.
Yeah, I got you now.
This way. I tried that one. This way.
Good enough.
Big set of eliminations right there. You can hear the comms clear and concise. But for a second there, they didn't know where they actually were. That's how tough a 50-50 can actually be. Slight, bus route deviation all of a sudden, you're coming in from different angles.
Yeah, that's one thing is to have the best drop when everyone's going from the same level. Malibu was the one out, which of course not engaged elsewhere, but our game one victors, Poyo and Sphinx, probably got a front row seat for that battle. You saw them flying through the sky when that contestation was happening. They looted up. I got to say their loot was looking pretty impressive. 8 slap splashes, 3 big pots, that's just on Poyo alone. They got a free rotation to where they want to go. You see some shots coming in, a little bit of a warning shot half back. Cammy and Seti. Contested over towards Frenzy. They won it in game 1, they choose to split it in this next game. And they're going all the way over towards the western side as somebody gets beamed from afar. That's just helping their surge plan all together. They're just trying to rotate to where they think it's gonna go, to where the least amount of teams will try to huddle up.
Meanwhile, not seeing a fight right now. Chris severely damaged in this battle here, but does manage to find stable ground here. This is going to be a tough one to close out if they allow Asa to bounce back. It does seem like he's got a chance to do so.
He is by himself. We've seen so many teams and players make magic happen. Not seen Chris. They see him kind of run away. They got to question themselves, is it worth going ahead and pushing forward? You continue the game plan that you set out up into this point. The zone for now has pulled over towards the western side, a little bit of a north lean. And that's why you see a lot of these teams hovering over towards Shattered Slabs, or in this vicinity altogether. And you can see, this is actually pretty unique. You see Kid's Boombo in his inventory. That's something I don't see very many people pick up, but if you have the accuracy, you can do a ton of damage on players nearby.
Definitely one of those things. The option has always been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see it come into play. A lot of variety already starting to turn online. We'll see what he's capable of with that. Young Zone Rise. Pretty strong game 1. Had some late game appearances there. Another western pool here. This time we're going a little bit more north. Up towards the Eclipse State. We'll see how this influences the majority of the lobby, but North team's pretty happy.
And this is why you saw early in the game, Cammy and Seti rotating in that direction. And a feeling it was going to go on that side as Yangzhou and Rise just sitting on top of their normal spots of the castle and the gas station, trying to pad up on surge. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities for teams trying to rotate from the eastern portion of the map as the zone continues to pull on over towards the west. Cooper, they got that early game surge, but it isn't going to be much. They did take away that elimination from Acorn and Cole, who did the brunt of that damage. So for now, it's just about farming up. Miro's the one that's in charge of trying to get those tags on top of that building.
So impressive. You jump in with Bonyak and Carmi here. Lucy and Senna listening nearby, holding those edits, trying to see if there's a chance to pounce in crash pads. But all in all, this is a pretty tough spot to be in. It's going to be difficult to turn this situation around. It seems like there's been a drawn out battle and Lucy and Senna have been on the losing side.
See them already 7 teams down and out. It's not as active as it was in that last game up to this point. It's definitely very, very close. You see the augments all out, fast Fisher, wider reading boy, faster. They're able to come around to it. And then that first shotgun. It's going to be huge for a lot of these teams that are able to use that fast Fisher. Because we're going over to some of the water spots on our way over, which instantly fishes. Whether you get a flopper to kind of stagger yourself in the zone, or a slurp fish, or any of the shield fishes to go ahead. You see Luca has one as well. That's instant shield. It's 10 less than a big pot, but it's faster than a big pot altogether.
Definitely important to have those quick heals. Threats on the move right now. They're not happy with being on the outskirts of the zone here. They want to get a little bit more center before other teams start moving in and decide to do so. In the meanwhile, though, they also have to bounce back with some material here. There's a metal reservoir down low. It's Pollo and Sphinx potentially hoping that one out. Meanwhile, Mr. Savage looking to find his footing here. Last game was a tough one. He gets the siphon for the deal and keeps him in the game. That's Trulex. And now Chicho is hurt, and he goes super nicely done. And Savage and Redeal caught that for the first time today. They have some wind in their sails.
And this is big, because we already see at least one of the teams in our top 5 go down. That's iTop and Mappy. And as long as a couple more of those teams in the top leaderboard go down, that opens the game up wide open for any of these teams to overtake that spot, since it is very, very early on. Mr. Savage and Redeal showing what they can do out of naughty nets, which a lot of people don't necessarily like that spot, but that just goes to show how good they actually are. Not only are they on the low ground, they have to cross a river. There's a couple of teams they have to get through, so they're doing everything right up until this point.
Already we've seen our first team inside the top 10 fall, which was Janice and Reason there. We caught on this rotate here, seeming like the west pole wasn't good enough for him. Saw Booga's HP there as we were flying by, very hurt as they were coming just past Pollo and Sphinx, but Rift Island spawns in beneath Stain and Datus, a team that absolutely needs to make a comeback. What a better way than to find points other than to take the Rift Island for yourself. Will they go for it?
Already see that they captured a weapon tag, start juicing in his inventory. Throwing the burst directly on top to cloud their space. That way they can fire freely. Not very many players able to kind of tag him back. You can see the teamwork. Stain's there to try to break the build. They're timing it right, so that way a sniper shot to try to sneak his way through. This is going to be big as Batman Blue and Rapid are actually going to be the first team on top of Rift Island. And we saw last game, the team that was on top, they were able to capture it because they were the first ones there with nobody really contesting the actual flag. Let's see if that'll change around this time, but now that's more than halfway full.
Rapid and Batman Booger are well on their way to securing it here. I think it will be theirs. Pick and Vigo probably have considered it, but when you're just late to the punch, why jump in? Why take that risk? It does seem like already now 2 for 2 on teams that snatch it up first. Again, the Rift Island is going to be 15-point swing in any direction if you can grab it.
You said once before, that's almost 4 eliminations without actually having to put yourself in a risky situation. And what these other teams are doing, even though they're not trying to contest it, one, probably going for scraps as soon as Batman Move and Rapid leave that location. But most importantly, with that added elevation, they're looking for Storm Surge. They can see the entirety of the lobby, and those teams that have to rotate from the south, from the east, that is who they're looking at most of all to try to get the Storm Surge that they need. You see they have 224. They're even looking at some of the other teams that are on top of Rift Island as well.
This should very much put Rapid and Batman Move in the conversation though.
Yeah.
Rapid, although by himself, he did make some placement last game. Here we jump in with Edgy and Duke so far. 600 up on this surge. They're going to be well and fine here. They're positioned very nicely already at the Eclipse State, which is near dead center. Do they have the storm? Do they know where the storm's going? Because this is some prime positioning right here.
Yeah, we got these forecast towers all around the map. Allows you to read where the zone is going, but Dude had 46 solo impact points in match 1. He was just gobbling up those placement points, and you saw him in those tight spots getting elimination as well, especially when he needed it most from both Psychic and the Mats. Valbuca and Thomas well above the damage threshold. Even though they're falling, they have more than enough surge to where they don't have to worry about it. for them, they're just trying to see where these teams are positioned at, trying to make their own rotation in. The zone continues to pull towards the north side of the map, over towards Eclipse Estates. So if it stays there, this one could get dicey, because there's some unbreakable walls, there's surrounding water, there's even the moon there that we saw Camby and Seti use early on in this tournament.
Lonsky grows on the move right now, already setting up for a nice position here, looking out for fights, looking out to see if they can find tags. This is going to be a team that, if they don't get active, will surely have something to worry about when they find Mustache here. Great tags here for Strauss, Groles, and Clownsky, and already now they have a chance to go ahead and alleviate some room near them, get back into this game. But no, Groles, you saw yourself for a moment. The punishment comes in. It's Pixie off to the right there, who has made it further this game than the last. Meanwhile, Yams on rise, potentially taking a fight, but no, they are out. Buga has not been able to secure the health that he lost from getting this far. Ooh. Wow.
Down goes Buga. It shows exactly what you're talking about. Without that kills, he's not able to get the HP up. It makes him an easy target through the sky. Now he's a focus that they know the knock's there. This is 4 points that the team is going after. And if they're daring enough to move over, that's loot as well. And you can see Buga handing over some of his resources while he's down, just trying to pad Threads' material count, make sure that he's able to save him. But look who's knocking on that front door. Trick or treat. In comes Acorn and Cold. And no tricks up their sleeves. All treats as they get those eliminations.
Yeah, they knew they had the knock. They had to finish it right there. They were in the perfect position, and with the zone going south, hey, we gotta go this way anyways. It was well timed and executed on their part, and it puts them at 2 eliminations now, very comfortably in the game, in the full refresh to really set yourself up for success. It doesn't get much better than that. Meanwhile, Snazy, Podesai on the move right now. The M8 boys playing deep outside the storm circle here. There had to be something worthwhile, but it looks like it was just a late rotate, a fight in the zone, gone bad.
Yeah, probably that early game strategy. If they're not able to get that surge off of those players that they do get the knocks, that puts them behind on not only timing, but on materials and resource gathering as well. The time is running out. Podesai needs to be able to get in, but he goes down. Snazy found a little crevice that he can hold on to, and even though he is full of shield, he only has 15 HP. If the lobby begins to target him in this direction, where some of them are going to begin to rotate into, that's going to be a very dangerous situation for him to be in.
What's crazy is Mshari had no shield, so talk about an opportunity revealed to him, and he finds shield just off the elimination. Look, he also did not have any heals. It's just a perfect star aligning moment for Mshari and Rue here. One of, again, the few representing for the ME show, making them proud so far.
Still at the top of the leaderboard, still alive. Oil speaks, Miro Cooper. Rue and Mshari trying to join him on top, 106 and counting, above the damage threshold. And on the other side of things, Basket by himself, 140 below. Daring enough to go for that Rift Island very, very early on in Game 1. That's helped their position on the leaderboard. And being able to survive here a bit longer will be huge. We saw Duke get his solo points in Game 1. Basket is looking to mimic that here in Game 2. But he really does need at least 7 players to go down before he gets a single placement point.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to make him uncomfortable here, as he is really dependent on the heals here. And he's got a long rotate to make no one move just yet. It's just tough all around. Meanwhile, he gets punished by Tasty Mustache here. So if it wasn't already pretty difficult, now he's surely on the back foot here. He's going to have to use everything he's got. Meanwhile, players around him looking in his direction, they can tell that some damage is happening here. They can hear the sounds. They're wondering, where is this player? Can we find elimination?
Big opportunity if somebody wants to go ahead and take that risk. And it needs a handful of players still needed to go down before that storm surge does go off. Without any more heals, he's going to have to go for it eventually. The heal is out. Savage still alive. He's one of those players that makes the sneaky plays, trying to make sure that nobody spots him out. More than enough materials, but he has to figure out where he's going to get these heals from. 8 HP, 50 shields, 58 combined. His material count is looking pretty healthy though, but slowly but surely falling down the storm surge ladder. After figuring out where he's going to get it from, he turns around and goes down to Reed.
Yeah, he's wondering, he saw something there. But unfortunately, it wasn't anything. He couldn't get the tags he needed. Reed's going to go on and jump himself up 4 points there just because of that. And now, placement points just moments away here. 27 duos remaining in the lobby. This is it. Match 2 of the grand finals is now starting to approach its end. Things are going to turn up now. Boyle spins down the low ground. If they make another big splash inside the top 5, they will surely start to take the way up towards the top. Greg B flips here, not trying to make it easy though. They find Spinks and great knock there. Boyle is now by himself. Tags coming too. He's big time punished and finished there. Spoken too soon. Down they go, and now to the bottom they fall.
That is huge. Cooper Mira already taking first place throughout that game. And honestly, without Queasy and Vino in the lobby any longer, we set our eyes on the Candy and Seti. They made that daring play in game 1 to go for height. They defended it successfully until Duke had crash landed, taking the ball down, and Candy with them. They're trying to make up for it here yet again today. They're trying to move their way towards the front side of zone. See the briefcase turn as well over on the other side. Information is important and thought about the damage itself. You can see he knows something's on the other side of that cover. Just trying to see if there's an opportunity for him to strike 39 above the damage threshold. He's comfortable for now, but he knows that time where he's gonna need to fire a shot is gonna come soon.
And it makes you wonder what went wrong this game for Canyon City. Low on the surge damage, low on the heal options, not many material, right? This is a very tough game, and it's not like the zone went very far from where they land. It's just a little north into the west here, so something must have went terribly wrong in that outskirt rotate. The resistance there a little too strong. Meanwhile, on height, it's Striker in his duel. Asha from Team Monaco here. Asha's looking pretty solid right now. I do like the position that they are in as they're trying to play for height here.
And he's daring enough to go ahead and contest that. A lot of our heavy hitters are either weak or out of the lobby, so it could be free taking for them. Fortunately enough, there isn't a twin mag. He just has that suppressed Havoc AR to deal some fast damage. It's not as fast as some would think, 148 above the damage threshold, and they have a far rotation to go, just like Thomas and Malabuka. They are so healthy right now in terms of materials and in terms of resources.
And if you weigh their game versus Kanata's, they are doing far and beyond better. They have 4 eliminations, they're actually in the end game, and they have everything they need to succeed. That is what you want after you survive a drop left. Let's look at Peterbach. Peterbach forced to play by himself. He's known for what he can do as a solo. He's one of the most capable players on NA, especially when it comes down to fighting. He needs to finish this here. He's already got the knockout to MK Pompano. He says, I have to play for myself. He goes around the outskirts, reading this perfectly, but he is running low on material. There's another elimination. It pulls through, so the points will be his. And he's like, where is that solo?
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out where he's going to get even more siphon. But it's not so much for the heals as it is the material, because he's running dry. Candy, Seti, they don't got the high ground yet, but they're going around the outskirts, trying to bypass a lot of the teams, recycle some of those builds. And if you look at them, they're going towards the front side of the zone with Thomas down. That leaves the pressure of Malabuka of the Tiger duo on his shoulders. And he's another one of those mechanically skilled players. And sometimes when you lose your duo, that gives you freedom to go ahead and move around, make moves you wouldn't normally make if your duo was still alive.
Regarded as one of EU's greatest on high ground, though, it's Task Force. On low ground, it's Malabuka. It's Peterbach on the mid. Peterbach still up, looking for the fight just to jump off. He's playing spoiler. With that Candy there, he takes out potentially in the exchange in the full finish to Peterbach has shut down Candy's dream and hopes of making it far, but Seti is still up. Once again to left. Malabuka turns things around here, goes for height, even though he's by himself. What is happening right now?
We saw Axe Force by himself on high. Malabuka's taking a page out of that playbook, but he instantly drops down low into the mud, trying to go ahead and survive with solo. He gets to the front side of the zone yet again. Now this is his chance to look back, but a whole different page. Also a solo, but less heals, less material to work with. Peterbach is continuously on high and finds a non-storm shot on the A-court. Even though he's not going to get the spoil from all of what he's done, at least there's another heavy hitter out.
But Cole wasn't happy with that. He tries to hunt him down. Peterbach is on a slither of HP, barely anything. The siphon finally comes through, and now he's in a well-fighting position. Meanwhile, Malabuka still doing it. This is the game of solos right now, and there is just a single duo in here. Potentially, it is Cooper and of course Miro there on the front. But Malibu's got work cut out for him.
3 solos left in the game. One of my guys gonna be Malibu. The continuously dropping down low. He's letting all of his players above find out for him to try to survive. Cooper, they are ready to end that run. They get to the block and they send Malibu back down in the lock.
Cheating and Pixie have the high ground. It's a 2v2v2 now. Things will start to settle, but our solos have gone incredibly far. Miro, Cooper, trying to do it again here. Looking to make the redemption run. They got a hurt team in front of them. Off to the side they go. These are points that need to be earned. Cooper is earning his strong, but Miro is here to back him up. He holds it down. The cycle comes in now. This is it.
This is a 2v1 situation. Pixie and Chief, they're trying to go ahead and go against him. That's Charlie there as well. An all-solo endgame. Chief trying to play hold up space as a team with multiple wins this weekend. Back-to-back shots. He's already been able to get one. Miro out for redemption in that last game, but he has no materials. Zone is taking it out.
What an excellent performance.
Excellent performance indeed. Let's see how they're feeling.